thought I literally did my lips, but I haven't done my lips yet. Look at my straightener there. I clearly just ironed my headscarf. Let me go move out of the way.
5 hours later.
Salam guys, hope you are all very well. But in this video today, I'm going to be answering all you guys' questions that you've asked me on Instagram, because that's the only way I can easily communicate with you guys. Do you know what I mean? I've got all the questions on here that you guys have asked me, and there's a lot of questions. And I've got a green tea. I've started drinking a lot more green teas this year, and I've got my Palestine mug. A little fact about me, every country I go to, I have to get a cup. That's like my souvenir. So I went Pakistan, but I completely forgot to get a cup. So my cousin went Pakistan and he bought me a Pakistan cup. I don't think we have a Dubai cup. So the first question is, are you married? I feel as if I've got so many marriage questions, and a lot of people always asking things to do with marriage, which is fine. You're interested. But no, I'm not married. I am not married. Not yet. I'm joking. I'm not married. You guys will know when I'm married. Do you live with your family? I don't really get my family in my videos. The only people you most likely see is my older sister, my little sister, and my brother. And then I have 2 other brothers. So I have 2 sisters and 3 brothers. Basically, the answer to your question is I do live with my family. I just don't get them in my videos. Next question is, if a potential husband wants you to be off social media, what would your reaction be? Personally, I feel as if this is kind of what I do. I do a lot of social media work, working with brands, and inshallah I want to start my business in the near future. But if my husband wants me to be off social media, for me that wouldn't work. That's totally fine if he wants that, but I am not the right woman for him then, if that's what he wants. I'd rather marry someone or talk to someone that actually supports me in what I do and pushes me to be better and to do better and help other people out there, other Muslims, and actually sees my vision as to what I want in the near future and what my goals are. Obviously, being on social media, my end goal is something else. Yeah, I need someone that helps me in that pathway. If I'm talking to someone, they don't want that from me, then I would just have to stop it there. But there's so many other men out there who don't want that, and that's totally fine. Like, I have nothing against that, but it's just not for me. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, that's so wrong for him to not want that. That's just him, you know. If he wants it, that's fine. But personally for me, I can't see myself being with someone like that. Did you go to university? I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually used to work in a school as a teaching assistant, and I didn't go uni. I went college for actually 2 months, and then after that I started an apprenticeship in a school, and I went to college a week or once every 2 weeks. I was working and also had I was trying to gain a qualification as to become a teacher, but at the same time I wasn't sure if I wanted to become a teacher, because if you want to become a teacher you have to go uni. Lockdown came and I don't know, I started making videos and things like that. I still wasn't sure. I think I was just happy being a teaching assistant in a school, and obviously for that you don't really need a uni qualification, you know. So I've obviously done an apprenticeship, got a level 2 and 3 qualification in sport teaching and learning. For me, like what I do now, alhamdulillah, I don't really need to go uni, and inshallah going down the business route whenever the time comes. Again, I don't really need to go uni for that. So everyone's like, if you want to go uni, it depends on the job you want to do in the future. It just depends on what your goal is in life. Okay, so the next question is, what is your goal in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself? Technically be 28, 27, 28. Oh my god, inshallah. 2 children, inshallah. I want to have my own business. I also want to have traveled to a certain amount of countries. I also want to go to Hajj, so inshallah in the next 5 years, that's also on my list. Another thing that came to my mind, I also want to maybe move out of the UK, move to like a Muslim country. I just feel as if I would love to live in a Muslim country where the adhan goes off all the time, you know, you're around Muslims. In this country, I feel as if we don't have many mosques in the area I live in. Just like the community around there, all Muslims. I think that's what I definitely want in the next 5 years. I also want to do events where we bring all Muslim sisters together, talk about Islam, modest fashion. Everyone can talk about their little bit about their journey, things like that. I would just want to be a very big inspiration to so many hijabis out there. And another thing I would say, bringing up on that, you need to also have a partner that will help support you with these goals. Like, you don't need a partner for you to achieve them goals. Obviously I want children, so obviously you need a partner for that. You need to find a partner that helps push you through to achieve them goals, your visions, things like that. So it's definitely important when it comes to marriage and stuff to actually find the right spouse that will help you in your deen, also in your worldly affairs, things like that. Can you speak in Urdu? जी मैं उर्दू जी मैं उर्दू में बात कर सकती हूँ, आप लोगों को पता है। एक्चुअली मैं टिकटॉक के ऊपर मैंने एक्चुअली कपल ऑफ वीडियोस, कोई सी वीडियोस मैंने किया है उर्दू में बात करने, बट इतना इंस्टाग्राम के ऊपर नहीं करती। सो आप लोग टिकटॉक के ऊपर थोड़ा सा देख लें मेरा उर्दू वीडियोस, फिर बोलना है। न अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मेरा उर्दू बहुत अच्छा है, मेरा उर्दू बहुत अच्छा है। मैंने डिसीजन ये किया है that मेरा उर्दू बहुत अच्छा है। I'm lost it. Weight loss tip. Green tea. How are you so slim? This is one thing a lot of people ask me, is how I stay so slim. It's genuinely because I've got, alhamdulillah, I've got a very fast metabolism. So after I've eaten, nature's calling. Yeah, I just have a really fast metabolism. Also need to keep yourself fit and active. People probably think, why do I go gym? I'm already so skinny. But it's also to try and maintain like the weight you have. I eat, alhamdulillah, I do eat a lot. People think I don't eat. Alhamdulillah, I do eat a lot. Like I said, I've just got very fast metabolism. Keep yourself active, like go on walks, go on runs, eat good, especially if you want to lose the weight. Be strict with yourself, because if you're not gonna get to like the level of weight you want. You're such a sweetheart. My brother's just come back from school and he's come to massage me. This question is kind of similar to the question before. How do you have a slim face and perfect jawline? I feel insecure wearing hijab because of my face. Let's talk about the first part. I use a gua sha on my face every morning to help like sculpt it, lift it, like a stone type thing, and you're just going to use it to lift your face, take out all the toxins and just detox your face basically. So that's what I use to help keep my face slim. To feel confident in your hijab, guys, I don't want to go too much into this because I feel as if this is for another complete video. Try different styles, different materials, have friends around you that are Muslims, well not, yeah, Muslims, but also hijabis as well. This is going to really make you confident in your hijab. Just try so many other materials. Now I wear modals and jerseys and I feel so much more confident. I feel as if I feel so much more beautiful with modals. Just like the way it sits on my face, it stays in place, it doesn't give me a headache, things like that. Like now I don't even do a bun. I used to do a bun before and that used to give me headaches and I used to hate it, but now alhamdulillah I don't get headaches with my hijab because I don't do a bun. Practice different styles, different materials, and see what makes you feel confident in your hijab. You're going to continue being a social media influencer forever, or do you see yourself doing something else? So definitely I feel as if I don't like calling myself a social media influencer, even though I do influence like when it comes to hijab, modest fashion, things like that. I do definitely see myself not doing this forever, in the sense where I do want to carry on inspiring other women out there. So I feel as if that is my goal, to carry on doing this. I want to also start a business. I want to just do this like social media influencing, like create videos. I also want something of my own, which is like a business, inshaAllah. To answer your question is yes, but something else like business wise on the side as well. How is it like to be a hijabi in London? Do you face racism? Do you face racism? So I don't live in London. I live very close to London, so it's like 30 minutes from London. But I'm gonna be honest, alhamdulillah, I haven't faced like severe racism or anything like that. Sometimes in the summer it gets difficult because obviously I'm a hijabi, I'm covered, and I get looks from, you know, them women on the train, for example, and they just look at me and give me that look because obviously I wear the hijab and it's so hot. It's like they think we're oppressed or something like that because obviously I'm covered whilst it's so hot. But alhamdulillah, it's not that bad. I feel as if there's so many Muslims in London. You see Muslims everywhere. But yeah, no, alhamdulillah, I haven't experienced. Another question that was similar to one of the ones I answered first was, if you got married and your husband tells you to delete your socials, would you do it? I feel as if that is something I would have discussed with him before I got married, because obviously it's so important, and if he decides to all of a sudden change, that would cause issues between our marriage, in the sense where this is kind of what I do. And actually you also need to take into consideration what is his reasonings, like why he wants you off social media. Unless you're doing something that's so wrong, that's different and that's understandable if he wants you to come off it. But if you're not doing anything wrong and you have already discussed about social media and that you're doing it, then I don't feel as if there's an issue. But if all of a sudden he wants you to come off it because he's, I don't know what the reason could be, then that's completely different and that is going to cause issues. And when it comes to me, I feel as if I will communicate as much as I can with my potential husband, future husband. Communication is key, 100% key. And if he all of a sudden wants me to delete my socials in the future when I'm married, I will have to communicate as to why he wants that. instead of jumping to conclusion and be like, no, you know, bye. You obviously have to discuss these things. What is your height? So I am 5'3" / 4. No, I think I'm 5'4". I am 5'4". I wish I was taller. I wish I was like 5'6", because I feel as if that's like the ideal height that I would want to be. But alhamdulillah, a lot of questions about hijabs, like undercaps, things like that. Where can I get all the matching hijabs and undercaps? I'll put them on the page here. These are some of the brands that have sent me hijabs, or I've bought hijabs from. Like this one is actually from Veiled Collection right now. They've actually come out with modal hijabs, and I'm wearing it right now. And absolutely love it. A couple of brands on the page and also in the caption for you guys to have a look at. If you do get a question about marriage, how do you respond? Just in like South Asian culture, when anyone gets married in your family, it's like everyone starts asking you like, when are you getting married? Honestly, you just gotta leave it to Allah. Your simple answer is whenever Allah wills. Like, what are they gonna say to that? You know, they're not gonna argue with that, because we are no one to say you need to get married now, you know. Obviously you're also going to be playing a part as to start looking, but at the same time Allah will bring someone into your life at the right time. It's a simple answer you can give them, and I hope they have nothing to say back to that. Because honestly, it's like someone may be struggling to actually finding a partner, and someone questioning such a thing like marriage, it's just something you don't do, because it can hurt people out there. Were you born in the UK? Yes, I was born in the UK, but when I was 4, I went to Pakistan, and then we stayed there for like 5 years and came back when we were 8. Yeah, I was born in the UK. What did you study? So in high school, I can't even remember. I studied business studies. I also, like, as my GCSE subject, also studied graphics. That is a like type of art, because I went to an art school, so we had to choose an art subject. So it could have been like graphics or textiles, something like that. Filming. I actually chose filming in the beginning, but it was full of boys, so I like literally there was only one girl, so I didn't really like that. I didn't like that it was full of boys, so I just remembered I chose filming, and it just shows that I always loved filming, but I moved because I was literally in a room full of boys and I didn't like that, so I started doing graphics. And I don't know why I chose graphics, even though I passed the subject. I think I got a 5 or 6. I passed it. Later on, like in year 10, year 11, a lot of girls started joining. I was already doing graphics, so I thought I'd just stick by it. So yeah, it was graphics, business studies, health and social, and geography. They were basically the GCSE subjects that I'd chosen. How do you deal with haters? What I used to do quite a lot, when someone hates on my videos, I literally reply back by saying thank you so much, because you're killing them with kindness. What do you say back to someone that's actually just said something rude about you? Just kill them with kindness, you know. Best way possible for you to deal with hate. They will not have anything to say when you say something like that. Another thing I've started doing is just blocking, you know. Like, I don't actually give it too much attention. What age did I start wearing the hijab? I started wearing it when I was 7. I've done a full video on like my 14-year hijab journey, so definitely check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, what's your education qualification? I'm just curious. So like I said, I actually did an apprenticeship, so I was working in school, and I wanted to go down the route of becoming a teacher. So I've got the qualification as to I can, whenever I want, go back into teaching. But I'm not a teacher. I have worked with kids for like 4 or 5 years. So I've got like a level 2 and level 3 qualification in support teaching and learning. So alhamdulillah, inshallah, when I have kids one day, I've worked with really young children. So I worked with like ages like 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've worked with these age children. So inshallah, when it comes to me becoming a mother and like teaching my children, I have that experience working with children. I'm not saying I'm not going to struggle, but I'm just saying in the sense where alhamdulillah, I will have that base, that foundation as to how to teach my kids, and you know, like the phonics, the reading, things like that. How did you do your hijab when you first started wearing it? You guys don't even want to know. I'll insert a picture. I was so young here, and I tried so many different styles. I just used to look at my mom and my family members, my aunties and my grandma, to see how they used to do it, and I just used to copy. How do you pray with makeup on? I'm on my periods right now, but normally if I wasn't on my periods right now, I would have done my wudu and then put makeup on and pray. I would try and keep, obviously if I've got a long day and I'm actually recording stuff like that, I try and keep my wudu. If I say I've broken my wudu and I've got my makeup on, I will have to take it off. But most of the time when I'm at home and stuff, I don't wear makeup, and if I go out, I try and keep my wudu, which most of the time I do. Doing your wudu first always, and then do your makeup on top of that. Am I a full-time influencer? So yes, I do social media full-time. I left working in the school 2022 February time. Does the UK's washroom have supply? No, does UK's washroom have water supply? I know it's a stupid question, but still. I think they meant like when you go to Muslim countries, they normally have like the Muslim shower or like a lota. UK don't have that. But what I tend to do, even if I go for a number 1 or a number 2, I always just wet a lot of tissue and then take it to the bathroom. I don't really care who's in the bathroom at that time. But no, they don't have the supply that we want. So what is your diet and workout routine like? Recently I've been doing ab workouts every morning by Chloe Ting, and I feel as if it's really helped me with my abs and like my stomach. I do that every morning. I've also started, well, it's only been the first day, but I'm trying to go on walks more often and runs as well. I want to still be working out in the sense where when I'm doing my ab workout, I'm also sweating and I'm out of breath. When I'm going on runs, I'm out of breath. But I just try to like manage that side. Like I don't want to just be eating a lot and not work out, you know. My diet, I don't really have a diet, to be honest. We're gonna have pulao today, like yellow rice, if you don't know. So I'm having that today. So I don't really have my own diet. Try and drink green tea at least once or twice a day for my body, for my skin, things like that. But honestly, I don't really have a diet, guys, if that helps. If you ever decide to get married, will it be someone from your home country or UK? I wouldn't say, like, obviously whatever Allah wills. I feel as if, for me personally, I wouldn't really want to marry someone from back home, just because of the fact that there'll be that language barrier. We'll have different mindsets. Bringing up our children will be very difficult because I have lived in the UK most of my life and I've seen things differently, and they've lived in Pakistan for most of their life and they've seen things differently. Personally, it wouldn't work for me, but everyone's got different experiences. Like there might be someone that's lived in the UK for whole life, and actually I'm marrying someone from Pakistan, which is completely fine. But for me personally, with the way my life is and my goals and stuff, it wouldn't work for me. Allah is the best of planners, but it's just my thought on it. This is going to be the last question. What are you looking for in a husband? For me, it needs to be someone that's definitely on deen, someone that's like on the same level. Like I don't want to be the one that's waking up for Fajr and he's like, no, I don't want to wake up for Fajr, or always sleepy, or if it's prayer time, he's just not praying. Or when it comes to Islam, I'm talking about, I don't know, Islam, and he's got no idea, or we can't bounce off. Like, I feel as if deen is number 1 for me. Character, he needs to have a good character. He needs to be respectful to his parents. He needs to be respectful to me, because I feel as if it's not just about the looks all the time. Like obviously that is key because you need to be attracted to the person, but I feel it's a good character because you're going to be living with that person for the rest of your life. You need to be able to communicate with him in the sense where it needs to be someone that's open to communication, and I feel as if that is so important. And I've seen a lot of marriages and things like that that haven't gone the way it should because of the lack of communication. So I need someone that's open to communication. It sounds like I'm like myself a CV for you guys to marry me, but no, this is just what I and you guys should look for when it comes to marriage, in my point of view. Someone that actually supports me in my goals and pushes me to do better in either religion or like my goals, my vision, that also wants to travel, also wants kids. Someone that's kind, that's caring, that you can trust. You know, that is something that's really important. If you don't have trust in your relationship, it's not gonna work. You need to really have that trust with your partner. Another thing I would say, I think it's similar to what I said earlier, it's about shared values. I would like someone that shares the same values as me, that has the same work ethic as me. He's working too much and I'm not working at all. I'm gonna need the attention from him. He's gonna be working till like 6-7 o'clock, for example, and I'm just like not doing anything. I feel as if that wouldn't work because my work ethic isn't the same as his. Like we need someone that's supportive. That I need to be supporting his goals and he should be supporting mine, and I should be understanding that he's working 6-7 because I know what he wants in the end as the outcome, because I know he's doing it for us, for our future, for our children, inshaAllah. I'm the type of person that's always working, that's always editing, that's always doing some type of work. So I need someone that's on the same wavelength and that doesn't complain and say, oh my god, why are you always working, why are you doing this? Even though there's like a line to everything, you need to be prioritizing certain things, especially after you get married. But there's got to be a little balance out there, and again that comes down to communication. I want someone that's like your best friend, you know. You want to have jokes with them, you want to be able to do everything with them, you know. When it comes to work, you can also do that, you know, like chill time, you can also do that. You can do everything with them. They're basically like your best friend. So yeah, this is kind of the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I answered most of your questions. I feel as if I answered so many personally. I feel as if I spoke so much and I actually really enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok because I'm literally posting every day there. Don't forget to turn on the bell so every time I post you guys get notified and you guys are the first to watch. Inshallah, see you guys in my next video.